So, I think, biggest comedian in existence is God, period. God's got jokes all fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like me, like, I don't know, there's a couple things I could really say, but, I'm actually, like, just, just bear with me. My brain's like my whole life is just fucked. Like everything's just so fucked up, and I'm trying so hard to keep it together. I got 5 cats, right? Which technically that's illegal, right? But it's like I didn't even want to get one of them, right? I had a roommate that didn't know how to deal with the living space, and I moved in. He didn't tell me when I moved in. I paid for my rent and everything, and then I moved in, and the next thing you know, there's rats. And it's like he just tried to play it off like, oops. But it's like you knew that was a problem, right? But it's like you didn't even deal with it. So then he got to all these rat traps and shit. Doesn't do anything. I just say fuck it. Like I'm just gonna get a cat. You know what I mean? This is what farmers do. You know what I mean? Like cats do wonders when it comes to taking away small game, like moles and rats and mice and shit, bugs, whatever, right? Cats are pretty good for cleaning out the pests. So then I got shady. And then, it's just so stupid. I got kicked out of my place, even though I paid my rent. So, there goes $1,200, right? And because I'm not on the lease, can't really advocate to stay there, right? Cop said you have to go. Even though he told the cops I didn't pay my rent. But, like, there's a paper trail, and there's proof, and the facts stand louder than the lie. And the fact is, I paid for my rent. And then he tried charging me. What a coward. Like, what an actual coward. You know what I mean? But anyways, and then he stole my shit. He stole some of my stuff. It's like, fuck. You steal my money. You lie to the police. You try and get me charged. You try and bury my ass. Like, God's so good to me, you fucking degenerate, fucking soulless maggot. Fuck. Like, I hate to say it like that, but it's like, there's no humanity in the equation there. Right? You just decided to be a piece of shit. And the thing is, that piece of shit flocks with my family, right? So it's like, oh, it's all gonna come down to this. Like, I'm probably just gonna have to leave, right? Because like, it's embarrassing to breathe the same air as people that do me wrong, right? Like, I don't want to say names, right? But like I have one good friend, right? And but he's good. He's friends with these idiots. No offense, and these idiots have made my life a little bit more complicated. And like, I might just have to say fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to. I actually kind of want to, like, see where this goes, because I already understand this, some basic math here. Like, unless I want to take my vaccination and my boosters and start confining and being a good little boy and listening to Uncle Sam and maybe join the military, right? And serve this shitty country and, maybe shake Trudeau's hand while I'm at it. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, I'm personally ready for, like, something real, or I'm ready for death. I don't want to be here. I don't want to suffocate in deception with a bunch of idiots that don't give a fuck about society, the future, anything. Like, I'd rather be dead. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would anybody want to live in a world so full of bullshit? You know what I mean? Like, and then I have other friends, you know what I mean? And they all lie to me. They all fuck me over. And then, like, I have one good friend, and I'll say his name because he deserves the recognition. Brian, you know what I mean? Brian's nothing but honest to me. Nothing but real, you know what I mean? But I can't say the same about everyone else, right? So it's like, I'm sorry I'm rambling here, but I think it's important to evaluate your life and where you're going and who you're around and the people that you flock with. Because, like, if you don't, then you're going to wake up one day in a really bad spot. Right? So, like, right now, I'm working and shit. Like, I'm trying to get my life together. Like, I paid my rent for my last place, got screwed over. Then I went and did somewhere for someone else, and got screwed over. Literally for like $5,000 for the product. Like, fuck. And then I just keep getting screwed over. It's like, I don't even care about the physical third dimension of reality or whatever this is. Like, I'm more interested in the next stage. I'm more interested in death. I'm more interested in the source. Call it heaven, call it whatever, right? Like, I don't want to be here. But I'll keep going, right? Because, like, I'm not going to give up, right? I believe that God's got the wheel. I'm just kind of just going with the flow. But you have to be completely full of shit if you think that life in society, Peterborough, is healthy. And the people that care are supposed to do anything about it. They don't give a fuck. Town Hall doesn't care, right? And here's, like, I'm not even gonna give context. I'm just gonna say it like that because I got a few things we could say about that. And then CMHA doesn't care. Fucking Forecast doesn't care. Fucking all these agencies that are designed to care about the benefit, about the well-being of the people in society actually don't give a shit. And, like, how does that make any goddamn sense? I hate to say that word, because goddamn means God go to hell, but I don't mean that at all. But it's like, how does that make any fucking sense? Like you have all these agencies, like Forecast, for example. Forecast goes and they pick out homeless, sorry, I was one of those people, but I was being a degenerate, but like homeless, lost cause, stray from the path, like people that have nowhere to go, no family, no nothing, right? They pick these kids, I don't know if they get a profit or a quota or whatever they get from this, but like they have like 10, I think it's like the 10 people in their case, or I don't know how many people it is, like it varies, because they just started growing their organization a little bit, I guess, over the last few years, but like, they're not a healthy place, and it's all going to come down to, like, I don't know if I have a lawsuit or not, like, I have to talk to some people here, but like, Forecast caused me some serious trauma, let's just put it that way. They got me locked up based on ethics. Like, I would tell them I feel suicidal, but I actually don't want to die. I'm just being completely real with them that I feel like I don't want to do this anymore. And like, when you have no parents, and you have no family, and you have no kids, and you have no wife, and everyone you know that you love is dead, like, how can you justify and pretend that everything's okay? I mean, everything's fucked. I'm trying really hard to keep going, but I just wanted them to know where I was coming from. And then they locked me up in the hospital, keep locking me up, and then they don't help. Then they stopped helping me, and then they started just fucking with me. And like, these are like, how many other kids are in this program that they fuck with? And then they all get like a quota, a little like a smile from the city. Everyone, you're getting kids off the street, but some, like, put them in fucking, I don't know if they're still doing it. They told me they're not, but I was one of their victims of this. Like, they put them in Gord King's house. He's a fucking idiot. He's a wannabe biker, and his wannabe bikers literally stripped him of his wannabe patch. And like, you have kids literally living in this house, and he owns these property, and they're all covered in drugs, like fatty, crack, coke, every fucking room, every fucking house, all upstairs, downstairs. You can't escape the drugs. But Forecast made a deal with these fucks. Can you guys not fuck with my shit? Like, why? Ugh, whatever. I just think the city's like a waste. And like, I want to get out of here. I want to go home. I want to go back to Wyerton. I'm just trying to get myself together. I want to get a license. Or, I already have my license expired. I just have to redo it. And I have to get a car on the road. And then I have to get the fuck out of here. Because I'm telling you right now, anyone who's going to stay here, you're just going to die. Like, you're not going to live. Okay, right now, I have $1 million. Just pretend. I have $1 million. Where am I going to go? Peterborough. Let's go to Tonic. Let's go to, let's go to fucking these shitty bars that are barely bars. Like, I don't even like bars. Like, I'm just saying, these are the only entertainment sources they have. Okay, what else do we got? I guess we got the casino if you want to lose money, right? Like, you don't have anything to do here. There's nothing to do in Peterborough. Besides drugs and die. Like, there's no life. And I feel so bad for the fucking generation that's being, like, right now, being born and just in the last few years, like, they're gonna grow up in a world of insane motherfuckers. And you know what, I've lived all over this fucking province, and I'll tell you right now, Peterborough is very artificial, very fake. Very, 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 very fake. The people that are supposed to help us, they don't care. You know what, I'll just say it anyway, just to give you some context. So in the town hall, Diana made a meeting for Y-Ride and U-Rides. This is last year, right? And the whole town hall, everyone was like, no, we don't want that, because Bennett made a thing few years ago, where because the population density was so low that he could make it that he could actually like go through with it, but it was illegal for anyone else to have a cab except for Capital Taxi and I guess the royalties from Call a Cab. You know what I mean? But like realistically, there was no Uber, right? And that was a law that was enforced by Mayor Bennett. And then Mayor Bennett went away, even though he was, even though it's all Freemasonry. You know what I mean? He's still in the chair. You know what I mean? But Diana went. Wow, I'm impressed with what Diana did. Diana like tried to bring it to the attention of the town hall. Like, we need Y ride, we need U ride, and everyone was like siding with Bennett. You know, Bennett had his time. But it's all about money at the end of the day, and everyone's like, no, we don't want Y ride, we don't want U ride, and then Diana's like, well, I'm going through with it anyway, since she went over everyone's head, and you could thank Diana for going against everyone else in this city that so has your back, or whatever, pretends, or claims that they care, or has your best interests, and it's all about money. They're a bunch of selfish assholes. They don't give a fuck about the public. I've been to the Freemason Hall, okay? I walked in there, and then this big guy, big fucking gown, thinks he's so cool, fucking idiot. I mean, they're all dressed up doing weird shit. One of them was wearing like brown, looked like he was wearing something from a caveman, like it just covered his package. It was brown cloth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just being weird. I don't know what the fuck kind of pagan shit they're doing up in that bitch. But I walked up in there and I was just like, okay, guys, like, you know, you're like, you know, like, Freemasonry was established to what? You know, to help make sure society and the public don't fall, right? So when the churches can't push, because at one point the church ran everything, if the churches can't really make everything smooth, and the government, can't really do it, you know what I mean? If they're having problems, that's what the Freemasons are for. They're supposed to come in and help with certain problems that, in society that, that aren't being kept up to par, and they kind of fill in the spaces, right? But like, they don't even do that. Have you seen the roads? You know that every year they do a thing where they go out and they count all the potholes, right? And they tally that up, and then they send it to our government, and our government sends them X amount of dollars to deal with the problem. But the problem is still there. So somebody's literally frauding our government from our town hall because they're not dealing with the problem that our government and our tax money is supposed to go towards. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's facts, right? So there shouldn't be any fucking potholes in this fucking city if our government's literally paying for it. Now, mind you, if that's a funding that's been cut, then I can see. But as long as I've been in Peterborough, they have not worried about the roads, and then that means somebody's pocketing money. And then to backtrack a little bit, I literally can't find this on YouTube or Google because it's been washed from Google. But Trudeau made a deal with our old chief a few years ago, back in, I want to say, I don't even know how many years ago now, like at least a few years ago, 2017, 2018, around that. I don't know what, but it was around that time. Either way, there's. Now, I remember someone saying 60 million, but that's a retarded amount of money, right? But like, it might be 6 million, but I think it was 60 million. And if it was $60 million, it was sent by Trudeau to the police station to deal with mental health, right? And where is that money? Like, how is that, $60 million, you better fucking have a problem solved. You better have a rehabilitation center, something. What'd you do with $60 million? You know what I mean, though? And if it's 6 million, 6 million, 6 million, 60 million, where the fuck is the money? Like, you know what I mean? And it's funny because I remember bringing this up to a cop once. That's how I know it's real. And you can't find it on Google, but I brought this up to a police officer. Mind you, they can tell you what you want to hear because they're narcissists, right? But at the end of the day, I think he was being genuine. Mind you, I could be wrong in my judgment, but he's like, Luke, so I asked him, like, where's that $60 million? Like, I at least want $1 million of that. Like, fuck you guys, caused me enough trauma. Like, what's that $60 million? Like, where's it going? And the cop looked at me, he's like, Luke, me and you will never see that money. That's what a cop told me after I brought that up. They know how twisted and fucked up this all is. And they have to sit back and watch and deal with it. But I mean this when I say it. If you could fire all the old guys in the Peterborough Police, fire all the old guys in the town hall, fire all the old guys anywhere else, like CMHA, all the old people, fire them all. Fuck you, go to bed, die. Not literally, I don't mean like that, sorry. That's rude. Live. Have fun, right? I don't mean like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it's like, you guys don't care. Young people care. Let the young people have their time. Whatever's been working hasn't been working, and I think that the math is because old people have lost their ambition to care because they've accepted that they've lived a long life and they're just ready to just call quits and just kind of just living day in day out, not really like caring about the public, right? But like, you better believe if you had a bunch of young people in the cop shop, you would see things change, right? Like, change for the better. Especially a young chief, like a 30 sheriff, or is it chief? I don't know. American, Canadian, whatever. Point is, like, you need a young motherfucker. And like, another thing is, if you don't care about your job as an officer, you should be fired. Period. End of story. And I also say this on a side note. I personally think that the two cops that killed Floyd should not have gotten life. And there's a couple of reasons for that. If you watch the video, you could tell it wasn't murder. Period. It might have been, the guy was a really big boy, and I don't know if you've ever done acid or mushrooms or anything like that, but like sometimes you just kind of get whoa, like it's like holy shit, like, you know what I mean? And it's like that's what was happening, right? He kind of just like, you know what I mean? He kind of just like you know what I mean? His heart was going on. He's like tunnel vision, like whatever, right? Like he didn't mean to kill him. Period. Maybe the cop should have lost his job, but like, no, he shouldn't have served a day in jail. Period. Call it racist, call it whatever. You know, I'm pretty good critic of, you know, certain things. And I can tell you right now, that cop should not spend that. Those two cops should not have spent a day in jail. And it's so fucking stupid because of how fucking blown up the media it was. The judge had to make a choice to make it look like he was actually doing the right thing. But realistically speaking, that judge should be fired. Fuck you. You're a terrible judge. And those cops should be removed from jail. And if anyone has a problem with it, like, fuck you. Okay? Like, shit happens. Like, everyone was yelling at those cops. Those cops were truly having a really hard time. You know what I mean? And one of them was really small, and Floyd was really big. Like, you know what I mean? And like, they were just kind of scared. Like, you blame them? Like, fuck, you're gonna throw them in jail the rest of their life? Like, pretty fucking stupid, man. Like, whatever. Like, I don't even care about cops, and I'll tell you right now, that was a terrible judgment call on the judge. Like, fucking idiot, stupid media. Like, fuck. But anyways, I just wanted to say, just wanted to get that all out. And I just really hope things get better. Or I hope that I get crowned